you point out one of the things that one sort of inevitably is aware of without thinking about it, but you discuss it a little bit, is that the two houses are like separate fiefdoms. They have so little to do with each other. They call it the two sides of Capitol Hill, and I guess it is true. I've worked on one side very briefly, and I've dealt with the other side a little more extensively, and boy, it does seem like never the twain.
They both have this habit of referring to the other body.
The other body, yes.
They don't use the name, which is fascinating, reflection of this reality. But it's fun from a reporter's perspective. You could go back and forth, and they're contemptuous of each other. They're both absolutely convinced that theirs is the superior body, and they say so. And they're very jealous of their prerogatives. So at one point, Barney Frank was absolutely certain that he knew what Chris ought to do about a certain problem he had on the bill. And he's telling me what Chris ought to do. And I said, well, have you told him? Oh, no, he said, he would not welcome that.
He's relying on you to carry the message.
Yeah, he was, apparently, which I did not do.
Yeah. Why are they so contemptuous of each other?
Well, I think there's a certain amount of, why is Yale contemptuous of Harvard and vice versa? Well, the kids are, because they're supposed to be, because they're rivals. Yeah. That's part of it. It's a kind of juvenile rivalry. But it's also, it's interesting, from the House perspective, the Senate is a completely gummed up mechanism. It moves so slowly. Interesting statistics. Every Congress, the number of bills passed in the House exceeds by 50% or more the number of bills passed in the Senate. The House is constantly sending bills to the Senate that are buried and forgotten. Nothing ever happens. And this is a very important source of House contempt for the Senate. In the Senate, you hear the complaint, oh, the House, any way the wind blows, the House is following the wind. That just as the founders intended, right, that the House is too responsive to.
That's why they have only
opinion.
2-year.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's the source in the other direction.
This excerpt is brought to you by the Massachusetts School of Law, the leader of reform in legal education and the leader in multimedia education for the public. To view the full interview and for a full listing of MSL's programs, log on to mslaw.edu.